Kaspa just lost 30% in October. Right now, it's sitting at a support level that's been holding since November 2023. Break below this, and we're looking at a potential drop to 4 cents, maybe even 3 cents. But hold this line, we could see a rally back toward 10 cents. November is here, and KS is at a crossroads. The question isn't if something's going to happen, it's which direction wins first. Welcome back to the channel. If you're tracking Kaspa or just trying to figure out where the altcoin market is headed next, you're in the right place. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, because we're breaking down exactly what's happening with KS price right now, and trust me, you don't want to miss what the data is revealing. Let's jump in. According to Kaspa Daily, the network processed around 5.25 million transactions in the past week alone. Over 5 million of those came from KRC protocols, so activity is still there. The network isn't dead, but price? That's a different story. October was supposed to be the month where crypto turned green. Everyone was expecting bullish momentum. Instead, we got a bloodbath. Kaspa dropped 30%. The broader market wasn't spared either. On October 10th, nearly $19 billion in liquidations tore through the crypto space. That single day shifted everything. Fear took over. Support levels that traders were counting on? Gone. Wiped out. Since then, the market's been walking on eggshells. Now November is here, and Kaspa is sitting right on top of a critical support level that's been tested multiple times over the past year. This isn't just any level, this is the floor that's kept KS afloat since late 2023. What happens next depends entirely on whether this support holds or crumbles. Right now, Kaspa is trading near 5.3 cents. This price point has been a battle zone for almost a year. Every time KS has threatened to break below it, buyers have stepped in. But here's the thing. Support levels don't last forever. Each test weakens them. And after a 30% drop in October, sentiment is fragile. Traders are nervous. Open interest is low. Net long positions are negative at around $286 million. That's not a sign of confidence. That's a sign of caution. Net short positions are sitting near $256 million. So the shorts aren't piling in aggressively either. Everyone's waiting. The market is stuck in neutral. And when markets get stuck like this, they don't stay quiet for long. Something's about to give. The question is whether it breaks up or down. According to CoinAnk data, the open interest to market cap ratio is sitting at just 0.025. That's extremely low. When traders aren't actively positioning, it usually means two things. Either nobody knows what's coming next, or everyone's waiting for a catalyst. Right now, we're in that quiet phase before the storm, the calm before the move. The MACD is showing a small negative value around negative 0.00121. It's not screaming bearish, but it's leaning that way. The gap between trend lines is narrow, which means momentum hasn't picked a side yet. We're in a gentle downtrend, but nothing aggressive. A sudden spike in volume could flip this fast. RSI is hovering between 39 and 45. That's neutral territory. KAS isn't oversold. It's not overbought. It's just sitting there, waiting. This is the kind of setup where external catalysts matter more than internal momentum. One strong Bitcoin move, one sudden shift in market sentiment, and Kaspa could explode in either direction. So what does all this mean? Let me break it down. So, if Kaspa closes below 5.3 cents, we're looking at a high probability move toward 4 cents. That's the next major support zone. If we lose that, the floor really drops out. We'd be staring at 3.3 cents, which would be a multi-year low. At that point, KAS would need a serious catalyst to recover. We're talking months of consolidation here, not just weeks. And honestly, in my opinion, if we hit 3 cents, the narrative around Kaspa shifts. It stops being a comeback story and starts looking more like a project that's losing momentum. That's dangerous in a market where, attention span is everything. But there's another scenario. The optimistic one. If this $0.053 support holds, we could see a bounce. First target, $0.06. That's the first resistance zone. Break above that, and $0.08 comes into play. Get past 0.08, and suddenly $0.10 looks realistic again. That would be a near 90% gain from current levels. Not bad for a month's work. Now, do I think that's the most likely outcome? Honestly, no. The data doesn't support aggressive bullishness right now. Open interest is low. Long positions are negative. The MACD is slightly bearish. RSI is neutral. This doesn't scream rally incoming. What it screams is wait and see. Here's my take. Kaspa is in a make-or-break zone. This support has worked before, but it's been tested too many times. If Bitcoin or Ethereum make a strong move up in November, Kas could ride that wave. But if the broader market stays weak or dips further, Kaspa won't hold this level. The $0.04 zone becomes the next battleground. A well-known analyst pointed out that low open interest environments often precede large moves. I agree. When traders aren't positioned, it means the market hasn't priced in what's next. That creates opportunity, but also risk. The move, when it comes, will be sharp, and if you're not paying attention, you'll miss it. One more thing to consider. Kaspa has staged strong recoveries before. After major dips, KS has shown resilience, but those recoveries required volume. They required buying pressure. Right now, we don't have that. Until we see a surge in transaction volume or a spike in open interest, I'm staying cautious. November is shaping up to be a pivotal month for Kaspa. The network is still processing millions of transactions. The tech is working, but price action tells a different story. And in crypto, price is often the only story that matters. If you're holding KS, you need to watch $0.053 like a hawk. A clean break below that level, especially on high volume, is a signal to reassess. Don't get emotional. Don't hold bags hoping for a miracle. If support breaks, respect the market. Protect your capital. On the flip side, if this support holds and we see a green candle close above $0.055 with volume, that's your early signal that buyers are stepping in. That's when you start looking for a bounce play toward $0.06 and potentially $0.08. The beauty of setups like this is they're clear. There's no ambiguity. Either support holds or it doesn't. Either we bounce or we break. November will give us that answer fast. Alright, that's where Kaspa stands as we kick off November. We're sitting on a critical support level that's been tested multiple times. The next move will define the trend for the rest of the month, maybe longer. If you found this breakdown helpful, drop a like and subscribe for more crypto analysis. I've got videos covering other altcoins that are setting up for big moves. Check those out after this one. And drop a comment. Are you bullish or bearish on Kaspa right now? I want to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Quick reminder, cryptocurrency investing carries significant risk. Prices are volatile, and you can lose money. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not financial advice. Always do your own research and never invest more than you can afford to lose.